Season's greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of another nerdy talk show. I am your host, Evan, and insert improvised intro that is not really slow or well thought out as per usual. I always do it that way. Tonight I am joined with Justin Squared, aka the Concert Cruiser, and Justin Jablonski.
Good evening, people.
I see what you did there. Yes, you did.
I
see what you did there.
Right. I understood that reference.
It's a reference. Yes. References. They does all of them. And boy, do we got a lot of news for you tonight here. We got stuff with... So here's a little bit of an interesting thing, right? I'm going to tell you a story before I came to this chat, okay? So, as you know, I'm a big fan of Chris Chan. So he was doing a live stream of him taking shots of his Twilight Secret shift cards that are homemade. Don't buy them. But or whatever you want to do, I don't care. But he's not paying attention to the chat because he thought it was just filled with haters. And I'm just saying, wait, I want to try and test if he's not reading the chat. So I'm like, hey, I'm part of the secret rift. Hey, I'm over here. Hey, and he's not even looking at it. It's so funny.
I would laugh my ass off if he actually did read.
If he responds to me, 1, that's going to be a dream come true. 2, oh my god, we got to try and get Chris Chan as a character in Miss Brony Theater.
Why?
It'll be hilarious.
No.
It would be hilarious. Oh my god.
Why?
No, trust me, if I were to do it, I'd probably send him a whole bunch of lines, and then just the moment he says the first line, he'll probably explode.
Anyway, so we got ourselves a show for you tonight. For starters, I finally checked out Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
We haven't gotten to that point yet.
I'm just doing a rundown of what we're going to talk about. Sheesh.
It's my job.
Fine, let Evan Bernardi dictate the show.
No, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. You're in the full screen now. Go on.
You sure about that? Okay. Yeah, so, I finally got a chance to check out Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So, what are my honest thoughts about it? Completely unbiased here. Because we all know we have, poked fun at it, Evan. But, so, honest thoughts here. There is good attention to detail. It does look like something you would see in the Star Wars movies. Do the critics have some good points, though? I would say yes, they do. I think it would have been better if it was someplace that we had seen in the movies. The Millennium Falcon ride does play out like a video game, and according to Evan, if you fail, you can get a game over, and your ride is cut short. There should be more stuff from the prequel and original trilogy, but all that said, it's still fun. It really is. It's definitely worth checking out. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'd say it's about a 3.8. I got to try that blue milk stuff. It's just the blue. I didn't try the green one. I thought the green one actually meant it was alcoholic, which I don't do. So the next time I go there, I'm going to have to try the blue-green milk. It's like this weird coconut fruit mixture stuff. It does taste good, but I think I prefer the butterbeer over at Harry Potter's. I'm just a soda person, and that's what the stuff tastes like. The Millennium Falcon ride, as Evan said, it is essentially a video game, and you can get a game over. However, the likelihood of that happening is rare, because they explain perfectly what you have to do and what your mission is. So, and I was we were all in the single writers line, me, Evan, and my dad, and all three of us were engineers for different families. So you have the windshield that you're looking out of, but on your side, you see all these buttons and switches flashing, and that's what you have to press to fix your ship. And you're kind of going back and forth between the wall and the window, the wall, the window, the wall, and the window, and you want to watch the window. And not to mention, my co-engineer was a child, and he didn't do his job. So I said, press the damn buttons! And well, that's what's like, oh yeah, that's right, I have a job to do. And we're about to make the jump to hyperspeed. The switch is blinking green, and the kid is doing nothing. So
Jim, I'm a doctor, not an engineer.
so I shouted from
Actually,
the back,
he
pull
was
the damn switch!
Actually, he was the engineer, but I hear you.
Don't, I haven't.
No.
I shouted from the back, pull the damn switch! And the kid pulls it, and then we make the jump to hyperspeed. But despite all that, I had a big grin on my face. It was fun. So it is worth checking out. It could be better, but for what it is, I still had fun with it.
Okay, gonna cross that out. I was hoping to talk about that when we got to the Star Wars portion, but
I have to say, these soda bottles are the coolest thing I have ever seen.
okay, so
this is the coolest thing ever. And now that I've drank in them, I'm going to tie a string around them and make them as Christmas ornaments.
Silent Spartan X, I
That's
see.
pretty cool.
Silent Spartan X, I'm not ignoring the chat. I'm just seeing that you're in there. Maybe you should get off the chat and join us.
I mean, like.
Anyway, let's.
The caps they made for this thing were cool, and it's still just a regular soda cap underneath it. Like this. What can I say? This is just the coolest thing I had ever seen.
Yes. Anyway, let's just get down to the business of the first thing there. First thing on the list tonight, I'm just going to be getting with my usual topic that I discussed at the start 2 years ago. Step Pipe. This is the Copocalypse news. Not a lot of stuff happening this week in terms of the apocalypse right now. All I know is that more videos were released, more or less one left by one of my favorite YouTubers, Cat Icarus. Brawny Buck also released his video on his topic thing there. A lot of people going less and less down with the whole thing going down with the... Sorry, chat was distracting me. A lot of things going down with the a lot of things going down with what's going to be happening there. We're drawing closer to the end of the month, and like I said, still topic thing of not knowing what's going to happen. I will say that the FTC's comments sending portion has ended. I believe it ended either today or on the 4th of December. I apologize for the it's I don't remember that. Sorry, your audio's off. Anyway, some more videos were released. A lot of stuff going on there. There is still the petition out there, which has accumulated more than 840 plus signatures. That when I last saw it, you can sign the petition right there in the chat. I'm putting it down there. So, yes, there's still a chance there, guys. Like I said, we don't know what's going to happen. Be nice. Just continue signing there. We're going to see what's going to happen. We're either screwed or we're just not going to be well at all.
I sent you?
Oh, with the lawyer?
Yeah, legal.
Yeah, I actually enjoy that guy's channel from time to time. I actually listen to it at work, and it seems we're going to be affected, but by how much is the big question. Because the FCC has the option of making a special exception feature for family content that kind of applies to both adults and children.
Yes, they already said that the lowest we ever paid a guy was it was originally like $50,000, but the FCC wrote that portion in their recent update thing where they said we can also the lowest we ever paid someone was $34,000. Yeah, that's really nice. Nice. How about you don't? I mean, I can imagine they're not going to go after every single channel. I mean, that would be just barbaric. There would be lawsuits up the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And what I can't believe is because, as Jablonski said, I did listen to the Legal Eagle about that, is the fact that YouTube was bragging about the fact that they were getting away with this.
Yeah,
well, it's like, ooh, not good.
That's what they thought. Anyway.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, shut up.
All right, anyway, let's move on. Let's move on right now to our topics there. So far, we got a lot of good stuff there. Let's start off with some movie topics right now. First off, we got the upcoming reveal that apparently on IMDb there was a entry logged in there for an Animal Crossing movie coming in 2020. And, well, not much. Basically, the plot is simple. Guy comes to town, meets a lot of people, I guess, or something like that. But what was really fascinating to me is the fact that John Jaffrey has a voice in it. John Tron is going to be voicing in this Animal Crossing movie. Hold on. Why do you keep going into the wrong goddamn chat?
To make you drag me in.
Uh-huh.
That's
We
That's
all
what you
know
get for
Juan
blacking
loves a
them
good
up.
drag show.
Oh, dude, don't be talking, okay? Because we saw the burlesque show based on Animal Crossing.
Okay, anyway, an Animal Crossing movie. I love the game. I know a lot of people that do, a lot of people that don't, but still I find it really really a good game. I mean, like, there's already been an Animal Crossing anime, which, not surprising, it exists, but, like, at the same time, an Animal Crossing TV movie, I'd like to see where that goes.
No.
I'd be curious to see what they will do with it because I don't play the games. I never really thought it was that interesting.
Fair
it
enough.
just seemed like some digital ant farm or a new version of The Sims. But that being said, what can they make and what can they do for a story? Because if you think back to the Super Mario Brothers movie, when they first made that, there wasn't much of a story at the time.
Well, it's going to be an animated movie, that's the thing. It's a voice-acted anime movie.
Which I believe will be a big help for the film, because some things were just meant to be a cartoon.
Yeah. Juan, what were you saying?
So nobody talks.
Nobody talks.
Yeah, like they make those weird sim noises, like in text boxes. Like, is that going to be the whole movie? Just text boxes and
Well,
weird
here's the
sim
thing:
noises?
they actually do speak. They're just in like a very fast-paced, gargled like speeching. You know, like when you like speed up the text in Animal Crossing in like a video game, it goes like. They're basically saying that, but it's all like very fast and like different like tones.
Yeah, so nobody.
It's like computer-esque voice, but we'll see what happens there. I mean, like I said, there was an Animal Crossing anime at one point, and it was okay.
There's also a Monster Hunter anime.
And a Phoenix Wright one.
And there's a Monster Hunter movie coming out.
Anyway, moving on there. This was a. Slow down. This was surely a week of trailers. I'm going to say that. We got a lot of trailers this week. First off, we got the trailer for Black Widow, which, Jablonski, I am really interested in talking to you about, because I thought it looked really good.
Ooh. If it's going where I think it's going, and it's going the way of Winter Soldier, I'm going to love it, because I've always been a big fan of spy movies.
Why do I hear an echo with the stream?
Huh?
So why do I hear an echo with the stream?
No, I was just checking volume and audio level quality. Anyway, what do you guys think? Did you guys see the trailer yet?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we've been wanting this movie for a long time.
I'm still not that big of a fan of superheroes.
I saw it. It looked good, but it just also was like another cookie cutter Marvel film.
Wasn't it supposed to be rated R?
What?
The Black Widow
Oh
movie.
yeah, but
It's supposed to be rated R, isn't it? The first MCU Marvel movie to be rated R.
Nah.
Nah, huh? Oh well, it's for the kids, you know. But that's the thing about this movie. Everybody's been wondering when they were gonna make a movie on Black Widow, which I find really interesting, honestly. So we're finally getting it, and there it is.
Yep.
Another trailer that was released this week was the Mulan trailer. Me and Cruiser were at the Magic Kingdom conveniently, and I just pulled him aside saying, Mulan trailer drop, we gotta check this out. And it looks all right. Like, they clearly... Cruiser, you've seen the original movie, right?
Of course.
Like, we know how it goes. And hell, I've read an abridged version of the book. I know how the original story ends and goes through. And you can agree with me, there were some clear changes that they're going to be making to the story.
Mm-hmm.
They're adding new characters. Mushu's not going to be in it.
They're keeping it true to, or as true as they want to be to the original source material.
I mean, in the original source material, they don't find out that she's a woman until after the war. And it was like, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, the whole thing that's going on with the thing there, she like fights this girl with claws. It's like crazy. There's like this legit fight between girl on girl. It's like crazy. And I thought it looked really good. I like to see Mulan like fight against the Huns and anybody else that could be out there. I mean, did you guys see it?
I did.
Juan's muted. I mean, what did you think of it?
No.
I liked it. The orchestral version of Reflections was a nice little touch. And this is probably the second live action Disney movie that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
First one being Hunchback of Notre Dame.
yes, I can't wait. Come on. Ian McKellen should be Frollo. Can you picture that? Ian McKellen as Frollo.
Remake, to be honest.
Huh?
So I'm not a big fan of the live action remakes, to be honest.
You can see why. I mean, like, that's
I'm not either, but I'm giving Mulan and Hunchback.
yeah, I mean, like, if you hate him, you hate him. It's not a big deal. I mean, like, I saw the Beauty and the Beast one. It was okay, but, you know. I mean, the live-action version of Pete's Dragon was really good. Wait, I mean, freaking... You know what I mean. That's debatable, actually. And, of course, we got the one I have been looking into, the trailer for No Time to Die. Ah, crap. Why the frick did it do that? Should have been playing the whole... Should have played the one soundbite. Oh, wait, here's the right one. Sorry.
The cock minion?
What?
The cock minion?
No, I have to play. No, I can only play that when John Winters enters the chat. Anyway, so, but I do have that on standby just for you there.
Whoa! It's a little cop minion.
Anyway, so yeah, No Time to Die dropped, and James Bond. Oh my God, Daniel Craig returning as James Bond. I can't really make much of the trailer, honestly.
It's his last rodeo too, which I'm happy.
Who? Craig?
I don't hate Daniel Craig's James Bond.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's...
But I think it is about time to pass the torch.
What?
I'm glad that they're passing the torch to a different person.
Yep. I mean, like, from what I'm gathering, James Bond is teaming up with this woman that's also a 00 or something like that.
Well, he retired.
Who? 007?
James Bond retired
Again?
and she took his place as 00.
Well, there's more 00s in there. There can be more
double D.
There can be more than one 00. I mean, in GoldenEye, there's 006 Alex Trevelyan.
See, I was a Jason Bourne self, my guy. I mean, I'm a Jason Bourne guy myself.
But yeah, the fact that we're going on there, I don't know who's going to be James Bond next. Whether it be who was the guy? I know there was that thing about making him black. Who was the guy that was up for that? Idris Elba.
Oh, speaking of which, can I cut in for a random story?
How long is it going to take?
I have no idea, but I'm doing it anyway. So I'm driving down the street one day to take Darren Jamba Juice, and there's just this entire production set down one of these streets I drive down.
Okay.
I'm talking about movie trucks, cameras, everything. Apparently, Idris Elba's in town.
No kidding.
100%.
Oh my God, Idris Elba.
I ride past the set every day. Like I ride through the set every day.
Dude, that's awesome. Did you get a chance to? Did you get a good look at him?
No, I couldn't see him because the cops were sitting at the end of the street.
Dude, that's lucky. If you got a shot with Idris Elba, I'll be so freaking jealous. I mean, you already got a shot with. Didn't you say you met the guy who played War Machine one time?
Yeah, Terrence Howard. I met the first War Machine.
Yeah, man.
Tree.
But anyway,
this just happened.
Breaking news.
Shazam 2 has been officially announced.
I never saw the first one.
Don't you mean Kazam?
No, Shazam. It was a DC hero movie last year.
Oh, okay.
I prefer Kazam.
Yeah, if there's anybody who should have played the genie in Aladdin, it should have been Shaquille O'Neal. I always say that.
That's the only remake I'm lobbying for right there.
A remake of Aladdin where Shaquille O'Neal is the genie.
Oh.
That's great. I could have it, man. Anyway,
him and the general from the car insurance commercials are inside the lamp.
My God, the general from the... All right, let's move on to another topic here. The new Ghostbusters trailer, Ghostbusters Afterlife, will be debuting tomorrow. Screenshots have been out so far, And I'm looking forward to that. I want to see what they're gonna go from it now. They actually released this. I just heard about a Ghostbusters 3 movie coming out like last August. It was like they threw this out like out of nowhere. It was crazy. What did you guys think?
It's been rumored for a while. It's been though did get a teaser last year,
Really?
and a lot of people already are figuring out a few things about it. They don't know the main plot, but from what the I think it was Vanity Fair, from the way they worded it, we pretty much figure out how they're connected.
The last movie and this one.
Yeah, how the cast in this one is connected to
The girls.
the Ghostbusters.
No, not the girls, dude. That thing is long gone. No one wants a
Nope.
thing to do with
It's
that.
not related. It's not related to them.
Dang.
Yeah, dude, that's how much people hated it.
Real quick, I'm in a Wawa.
Okay, let's just put it this way.
Before a copyright
family?
strike.
Hold on. Juwan, what are you saying now?
I said real quick, I'm in a Wawa, so I'm going to stay muted so we don't get copyright struck from music.
Okay. Sorry, go on, Jablonski.
Okay, without giving it away, some people can put 2 and 2 together. The kids in this film, one is a gearhead, the other loves science.
I miss Harold Ramis. God, I miss Harold.
Everyone is speculating that's how it's all connected.
God, I miss Harold Ramis so badly. In anime news, we finally got a. Oh, didn't do that way. In anime news, we got some news on Dragon Ball Z. This is technically game news, but I'm just gonna put this out here because it kind of might open up a different opportunity. After the incident with Vic Mignogna, we have a new voice of the character Broly. And by God, they chose somebody good. So, footage from
Kevin's wet dream.
Footage from the game Dragon Ball Fighter Z came out, and from I think that was the game name. I apologize if I got that wrong. And they released the Broly DLC pack on the 4th, was it?
Something like that.
And they revealed his new voice to be that of Johnny Young Bosch. You know,
Kevin's wet dream.
You know, Johnny Young Bosch, aka the best voice actor in anime that can literally kick your ass. I'm not even kidding. The guy's a freaking black belt.
And it was a
But no, like, what were you thinking about? What do you think about this choice? Honestly, like when I heard this thing, I'm like, that's Lelouch Lamperouge. That is freaking Lelouch Lamperouge right there. Anyway,
I'm fine with it.
What?
I'm fine with it.
Of course you're fine with it. It's Johnny Young Bosch. What about Cruiser? Is he fine with it?
As if I watched DBZ.
Of course he is. Anyway, It's like, I don't watch DBZ, but if it's Johnny, then we're all set. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely watched him when he was in Power Rangers. I know Evan threw a massive hissy fit when he was confirmed for MegaCon and he canceled.
What?
Which I can't blame him because I would have too.
Wait, when was this?
He was confirmed for some convention you were going to. I can't remember.
Oh, that wasn't MegaCon. That was Pensacola Paracon.
I see. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't throw a shit fit. I was bummed, but like.
Yeah, you were pissed off. You what? Yeah, I remember. I got this text from you that said, "Fuck."
Yes, that's all I said was fuck. That was it.
Yes, that's Matt. That's hissy.
I mean, what's the point? I was there to make money, and because I was filming Bruce, so and have a good time. But I wasn't pissed. I mean, like if you gotta do stuff, you gotta do stuff. It's not my problem. I mean, the reason I think from what I remember, the reason he had to cancel on that was because he had a family matter to attend to. I don't want to say what it was on air, so yeah, I can't. But let me just say that his reasoning was kind of was acceptable. But yeah, my question is, here's
getting a vasectomy.
That's not a family matter. Anyway, seeing that
removing the family.
Seeing that we had this in the voice of the game. Does this mean? Do you believe Johnny would replace the official voice if he ever makes another appearance in any of the anime?
Yes.
Well, let's hope that's the case because, like, Broly went through different iterations of his voice. It's like all over the place. Let's hope. I mean, I like the Team 4-star iteration when he's not like powered up. My hair smells like lavender, or something like that. Which leads me into the game news this week. Nintendo has recently launched an update to their Nintendo Online, and they're going to be adding some 4 new SNES games. Super Punch-Out, game I haven't played, but as I'm not a big fan of the Punch-Out series, I don't know if you guys have ever played it before.
Don't think so.
I mean, it's Punch-Out, and it's superb. That's what it should be called. Punch-Out Superb. Superb Punch-Out. That should be the thing. Imagine it was called the.
So they aren't trying to improve the stability of online.
What? I think they did. I'm not even talking about. Anyway, another game they're releasing here is Kirby Superstar Saga. Thank Christ, I think I've been wanting to play that for a long time. Breath of Fire 2, which I've never heard of or never played, and the one that really got my attention was they're going to be releasing Star Fox 2. If you guys didn't know this, Star Fox 2 was an unreleased game that was that made its debut in the SNES Classic. Really looking good, really looking great. Cannot wait to check that out. I mean, like, I played a little bit of the original one and I didn't really get a lot of luck on it, but I'm not really much of a Star Fox player. I do have the 3D version on 3DS. I mean, have you guys ever played the Star Fox games?
Yeah, I played it when it was out on 64, but even when it was on the Super Nintendo, I never thought it looked that good.
The 3DS version is great.
I mean, when people talk about the first Star Fox game not aging well, they're not kidding. This thing did not age well at all.
I know, but you can at least see the limitations that they were throwing in there. Like, they were literally like breaking that thing to its limit.
I mean, it looked like an Atari Jaguar game.
It still was impressive. I mean, yeah, I can't deny that. I mean, it didn't age well, but still, for the time, it was impressive stuff.
Maybe.
I mean, you can see some of the frame rate issues, but for the time, that was great. I mean, like, you never saw a video, like, polygonal figures like that, and, like, that thing, especially when they were like, pushing the NES, like, the limit of the SNES cartridge at the time. So I'm interested to see where Star Fox 2 goes. This update will be happening in, tomorrow, I believe. Or maybe it was the 12th, I can't remember. Sorry. Thank you. So, we also got a new update for Mario Maker 2. We have new enemies in there. Spike and Spiny. Which is cool because I like some of the mechanics they got with there. Spike you can actually, like, if you go to the snow stage, Spike will throw snowballs at you, which you can throw back at him. If you know who Spike is, he's that little frog dude that, like, shoots the, like, spike balls out of his mouth and he throws them at you.
He was also in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh yeah, he was. He was one of the Super Koopa cousins.
Yeah,
even though he's not a Koopa, but that makes no sense. Forget it. Spinies, I like what they do. They can actually at least swim around in, like, dead air. It's really cool. They also added the frozen blocks and P blocks too.
Have you noticed that they actually haven't put in the graphics for Super Mario Brothers 2? You know, Doki Doki Panic.
I think that's the reason as to why, but
I say that's bullshit. I think they need to throw it in there. I mean, because even the creator of Mario realized that the original sequel for Mario wasn't that good.
You mean the Lost Levels?
Yeah, he actually came forward and said what they did with Doki Doki Panic was actually better.
When did they say this?
It was revealed. Oh my god, what's his name? On the show Innocent Until Proven Guilty, the guy was talking about how the creator of Mario actually said that he later realized that what he created with the Lost Level wasn't that good. It was basically just a harder version of the first game and just new skin. That was it.
Well, I can't really see that thing there. All I know is that I didn't make it here, but it depends on that. But if they were to put that in there, they'd have to introduce, like, new mechanics to the game system. So I can understand them not doing it, but who knows? Maybe they might be able to do it. I mean, you have to switch mechanics when you switch to, like, 3D World, which was pretty good. But the biggest thing, there was some other stuff too, but I think one of the biggest things that they caught me off guard with was putting in a new power-up, which was the Master Sword. where if Mario picks it up, he turns into Link.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing: not only does he turn into Link, you can use the sword, you can shoot bow and arrow, you can use your bow and arrow, you can jump and then down thrust, and also throw bombs to break stuff. And I think that is really funny. It's funny and impressive at the same time. Like, you just can't. Not to mention the music also plays. Like, when you go into the dungeon, if you turn your land into a dungeon, it'll play like the music from the final dungeon in the game.
How do you guys feel about a Sonic Maker?
They already made.
I'd like to see that.
There kind of was already one in the first version. Where, if you guys know what I'm talking about, you could actually access the debug menu using a button code on the original Genesis and and as well as the Mega Collection, and you can literally remake the levels and make your own hazards.
I mean, how do you feel about an official one?
Hey,
I'd like to see that.
I'd like to see a Metroid Maker. That would be cool. That would be cool. Imagine that, just making your own Metroid dungeon. That would
They already did. It's called Minecraft.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You can make anything in Minecraft. Just make your own Metroid dungeon.
Very true. Especially with all the mods out there.
Maybe. So that's coming up there. Okay, so I'm going to
You
put
guys talk about I Am Jesus Christ yet?
We're not going to... Just patience. Patience. So one of the other things that came up here was the PS Store released the cover of the Resident Evil 3 remake. And seeing how much of a success Resident Evil 2, I could have only imagined that the remake was currently being developed at that time, which I think Justin Sprower can agree with me on that. I'm sorry, Cruiser, my bad, because he was a big fan he's a fan of the franchise as well as the remake there. Either way, I'm just gonna say up front, Nemesis looks freaking awesome.
Call me back when they do 4.
Huh?
What?
Call me back when they do Resident Evil 4.
Oh my goodness, Resident Evil 4. Is there even a point of remaking Resident Evil 4?
No.
I know the reason why is not, well, first of all, if they did, the reason why is because they reported it so many times that there's not even a point. But no, Cruiser, I want to know what your thoughts about a Resident Evil 3 remake.
Well, no footage has been released yet, right?
No, just so far it was the cover, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to this. There are 2 things I'm wondering what they're going to do, though. The first is, for one, they didn't exactly have QuickTime events in this thing, but there were moments where the screen slowed down and you could choose one of 2 different routes to take.
Oh yeah, run away or fight the monster.
Something like that, yeah. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with that. The second is that there was this puzzle in there that involved mixing chemicals that was such a bitch to figure out. And it would change every time you played the game, too. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with that.
It's hard to say because in the Resident Evil 2, they got all the players by surprise by introducing Mr. X early, from what I remember.
Yeah, I mean...
I like seeing reactions to that, like them going down the hallway after doing the helicopter. They start saying, oh, what's that? Oh, shit!
I like that someone actually replaced Mr. X with Thomas the Tank Engine.
That was hilarious.
So that creepy smile coming up on you.
You better come fucking through my nose!
Thomas thought this was some bullshit.
And keep in mind,
Thomas,
it wasn't just the face too. It wasn't just the face. The whole train came down the hall.
Oh my god, Thomas wanted to kill Leon. Thomas thought it was a wonderful. Yeah, that would be funny if they included a Ringo Starr narration every single time he got close.
Thomas thought this was a wonderful idea.
But that's the thing, they did the thing with Mr. X where it was all randomized, which I thought was a cool mechanic. Even Cat Icarus did a thing, where he dies in a room with Mr. X, but then when he comes back to the room, he's not coming. Imagine that, but with Nemesis.
But one interesting thing, though, I found out with Mr. X in the remake of 2 was there was always this one room on the, I guess you could say, the second floor of the police station.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to talk about. Go ahead.
And it's the one room he doesn't go into. So he could be chasing your ass down that balcony. You go into that door and Never mind.
Was it
He just walks
was it the
away.
safe room?
I don't think it was a safe room. If anything, no, it led to the bell. It led to the bell tower.
Maybe he's not big enough to fit in the bell tower.
I doubt it, but point is though, I just find it funny that this guy will chase you down anywhere, but the second you walk through that door, it's kind of like like think back to the aliens and the signs. Like they traveled thousands of miles to get here, and they can't get through a wooden door.
Well, that's the thing. Like, first of all, I think that joke was terrible. Anyway, I mean, not from you, but the nostalgia critic thing. But anyway, basically, in Resident Evil 3, you've played it, obviously, the original Resident Evil 3.
Oh, of course.
And we all know Nemesis has the ability to break down doors. So if you can't just go in the other room and run away, he will chase you.
No, what they need to do is...
No, whoa, Cruiser, can you confirm this, first of all?
I haven't played in ages, but I believe you are correct.
Do you remember if he can break down the doors to safe rooms?
No.
Okay, sorry. Go on, Jablonski, you're up.
I was about to say, whenever Nemesis walks in, all you hear is All-Star from Smash Mouth play.
What?
All Stars.
It took me a second to get that.
There's a Mr. X mod I would like to see. See, replace Mr. X with Shrek. And whenever he breaks there it is.
Nemesis with Shrek.
That's the thing. Nemesis breaks down a door.
You once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Stars.
I ain't the sharpest tool.
That would be great if, like, friggin' every single time Nemesis broke down a door, somebody. He just rams in there. Oh my god! Instead of shooting rockets at you, he like throws onions at you or something like that.
Hey, now you're no stars. You're a rock star.
Hey, Nemesis, what do you see when you look in the air? Stars. I remember we had a huge laugh about this. I remember seeing that all over the place, which is sad because the original voice of Nemesis was the guy who played Luigi in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Really?
I think it was. Well, so I guess whether or not they're going to use that same sound bite or not, because that's when you knew he was near. You would just hear the music change and then like hear him say stars. And then I immediately added the comment, "Hey Nemesis, what's your favorite part about the Academy Awards?" Stars. Anyway,
What do you want to see when you go to Hollywood? Stars.
What's on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Twinkle, twinkle, little stars.
Oh my god, Nemesis, man, come on. He looks amazing. He looks amazing in this cover, may I add. He looks amazing. Like a giant mummy that just wants to eat stuff. He looks really happy enough. Anyway, let's move on to the other thing that Juwan want to talk about. Yes, there is a new game on Steam called I Am Jesus Christ, where you play through the life of Jesus Christ. It's Christmas, we might as well talk about it. Juwan, we're talking about it. Juwan.
Hey, Joanna man, take yourself off mute.
We're talking about Jesus Christ game.
Oh, yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah,
It's weird. It's just really weird.
Have you played it?
It is. It's not out yet.
Oh, I thought it was out on Steam.
No, it's available on Steam, but it's not like out. You know what I mean? It's
Like,
just
yeah.
weird.
When I saw that, I'm like, this is either, I don't know how to feel about that. It's either blasphemous or very creative. I can't tell.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
And the thing is, too, is that it's actually an open world game, and you do have to fight the devil. So I'm thinking, oh, great, we're fighting Judas Priest. Nice.
Or maybe you have to resist its temptations or something like that. That's what happened in the Bible story. We lost your... Okay, he's back. That's what happens. He's trying to be tempted by the devil in the Bible story, right? Like, he was tempted by the devil, and he had to try and ignore him. From what I
Dude,
remember.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have to read my Bible again one day. Because I'm a religious man! Damn it. Anyway,
It's just a weird game.
How many stations of the cross were there, Evan?
How many what?
How many stations of the cross were there, Evan?
How many stations of the cross were there?
Yes.
Stations. All I know is there were 3 crosses on the hill, 2 of which were the thieves, and 1 was Jesus.
There were 13 stations of the cross that told, Jesus carrying the cross up to his.
Oh, you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant something else. Yeah, I heard. I don't remember all the stages, honestly. Anyway, so the object of the game is you go to random people that are like blind, injured, or something, and you use your energy to like heal them, or something like that. I don't know whether or not they're going to cover everything else there. I actually have a manga that's a manga-fied version of the life of Jesus Christ. It's under my bed right now.
Along with his Playboys.
I'm
more of a spiritual man. More specifically, let's see. There's vodka, gin, tequila.
That's the thing. Like it's like that, but like still, it looks. It's
like vodka.
Still, it's like.
Well, now the game's gotten a little more interesting, hasn't it?
Well, wasn't Jesus' blood vodka?
Did you even hear what he said, dude?
Not really. I wasn't focusing.
Do that game, but make it the Jesus from Family Guy.
Jablonski said, "I'm a spirits guy. Vodka, wine, gin." He's talking about alcoholic beverages.
I couldn't think that. I have this weird tendency that whenever I saw those signs that said alcohol and spirits, I always thought it said sprites.
Me too.
I'm like, can Sprite be alcoholic? I mean, it can, but
I mean, it can. I don't think it would taste that good.
I tried to go and see if I could find a bottle of Crystal Skull vodka, but I couldn't find anything. I heard it's really good.
I'd like to own it just for the bottle.
Wait, what? Did you say, Juan?
Oh, nothing important. I just gotta play the game, by the way.
Nice.
I gotta play it to see it there. It's on Steam if you guys want to take a look at it. I think it's a creative concept, a game where you play as Jesus. That's pretty cool.
I actually sent it to Josh Scorcher because a lot of you know he is a devout Christian as well.
Yeah.
And I just go, Josh, have you seen this? And he had no words. He just went, "What the hey?" So that's when I posted the trailer on my Twitter, and I go, "Were any other bronies of faith as perplexed about this as I am?" And so many people were agreeing with.
Has Josh ever seen Saint Youngmen?
I don't know.
I should ask him that because it's actually a really nice anime.
Anyway, we got another new video game news here. This one is actually really historic. What was believed to be lost source code for the historic 1977 game Zork was found this week. Holy shit!
What game?
Zork.
What?
Zork.
What is that?
Please tell me that's a joke and you guys don't know what Zork is.
I feel like this is one of those inside jokes that we're not in on.
Inside joke? What do you don't? Zork is a very important game in history. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, Zork was a 1977 text adventure game that was divided into 3 parts. It's regarded as being like one of the best of its kind for the DOS days, and its source code was believed to be long gone until someone actually was able to find a copy of it and redelivered it. The game had several spin-offs, sequels, and everything there. It was basically a text adventure game for the time, and it was really innovative for its time.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's also known as the game that's been referenced in other games that nobody understands. That's the funny thing. It's like in the one SpongeBob movie game where he goes into the desert. He's like, "I could be eaten by a grue," which is a reference to Zork. It's a really interesting find there, especially since like you see stories like this, like when Overwatch lost its source code at one point, and they basically there was a guy that was able to find it on a disc on eBay, and then they sent it back to Blizzard, and they sent him all this cool stuff. You ever heard
There's
that?
a lot of problems going on with Overwatch, but it's not built into the show, so I can't talk about it.
Anyway,
but I would love to talk about it one day.
Save it next week.
It's old news by next week.
Anyway, with that said, we're gonna move on to news surrounding Star Wars. Stop.
Hey, can I go get my jam box?
Let's begin. I have a special hat for this stuff. first out, we got news on The Mandalorian, which has basically become beating out Stranger Things as the most viewed show currently in the world. And considering what happened on the last episode, I can see...
Which I don't know what happened.
John does.
I don't.
The only thing I'm going to say... You want me to give you, like, one small detail that's going to make you flip out?
No.
Okay, cool. I can't tell you where it takes place.
I have a joke for you.
Dan, I have a joke for you.
What is called an out of shape bounty hunter?
What is it, Yoda?
Boba Fett.
Funny joke.
Hilarious. Anyway, wait. As Cruiser mentioned there. I was actually gonna save the your Galaxy's Edge story for now, but like since you already did it, it's like
You should have told me this, dude.
I tried to. Anyway,
No, you didn't.
Would you guys believe it? We actually plan this stuff ahead of time.
yeah.
Evan tries to, but he just doesn't tell us.
Yes, I do.
Dude, you send us a list of like things we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
You never said anything that's going to be in that order.
Yes, I do say it in that order. I'm reading it off the same order I gave it to you guys.
I got a question,
Yeah.
actually. Whatever happened to those show changes we wrote up like almost 2 months ago?
We implemented them.
No, the one where... No, all right, never mind.
This is
I'll
behind
ask
this. This
later.
is there. We'll take a look into it later. So yes, Rise of the Resistance opened today. I mean this week. Not today. If it was today, holy shit. And so far, reception has been overwhelmingly phenomenal from what I'm seeing here. Everything from Theme Park Insider to news outlets, they're like praising the hell out of the ride. Let the record show up front. Cruiser and I are not... I'm going to try and go on the ride next Thursday. My sister's coming down. We're going to get up early to see if we can go on the ride. If we don't, I apologize, but still, me and Cruiser are trying to avoid as much spoilers as possible because, according to Jablonski, what they do is incredible.
Yep.
And yes, but apparently on their first opening day, they got several breakdowns, which means Disney should just shut the ride down and forget they ever made it.
Well, not just opening day. It happened at the press release. It happened opening day. It happened the day after, and I think a couple more.
Which means Disney should just shut the ride down and never remember they made it.
I don't get it.
No.
Dude, we were making this joke when we were in the line for the Buzz Lightyear ride. Just tell
Another one of those.
Yes, I know we were saying that, but I didn't quite get the joke.
Everybody else online did. Anyway, Emma, go on. Anyway, yes, there were some technical difficulties, but those who wrote it said it was still a good ride, from what I've heard.
And I bet Chapek is having a case of foot and mouth syndrome.
What?
Hoof and mouth syndrome. What?
Foot in mouth, because when the Hagrid roller coaster opened up, he said that, well, they have to wait 10 hours. That's considered a failure in my book. It was the gist of it. Now with what's going on with Rise of the Resistance, there's been a lot of complications with how people are getting on. Some people aren't even able to get on the same day.
Yeah, I was talking to Justin that we're just hoping to death that none of the cast members are getting harassed. Here's the thing with that, there's like a protocol we have to like follow. I can't really change it. And the problem is if I were to explain it, none of you would call it insufficient, but like you would call it like either stupid or insufficient, but it's basically what we gotta do, man.
No, they said they're doing a fast pass for those that couldn't get on and all that.
Yeah, that's basically all we can do.
But what Jablonski was talking about was what I was telling you before we went live, Evan.
Yes, I
know.
know.
What your dad's saying about But to be fair, because we want to make sure that everything we say is not exaggerated. Is that rides breaking down happens all the time, especially with newly released. This does happen.
Hell, going back to Hagrid, even that broke down That broke down more times that week than crazy.
And Evan even told me a story of when Magic Kingdom first opened. Like every ride broke down.
Yeah, but when
So this happens. The only thing we're just kind of doing is just narking on Evan's dad.
This even happens in Roller Coaster Tycoon, the video game.
Thrillville.
It's like it happens. We're just writing on someone that decided to open their mouth and now are eating their words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quite delicious.
This is in no way any kind of reflection on the ride itself. From what I've seen through walkthroughs of the pre-show, the queue, everything, it's
phenomenal.
It's great. I'm not going to spoil. First off.
Hell, David Cobb actually got into it as well. Well, he's the guy who helped design Men in Black. He's a friend of my dad, and I got him on Facebook. He was mind blown at how far Disney's technology came with this ride, and it's like crazy.
You just can't ask for anything from the original or prequel trilogy.
Right. Anyway,
well, you don't really need to like this. The roundabout way to put it is that where it's taking place I know it takes place between 8 and 9.
Yeah. There's like an original story to the entire land and everything.
Yeah.
Not their best move.
No.
Yeah, because it's not like they haven't done that for Adventures Club.
What? Adventure Squad?
The Adventures Club. It was a thing in Pleasure Island that basically did the same thing as Galaxy's Edge. And
actually, that's actually throughout multiple parks.
Yeah, they do this. Really hell, Toy Story has an original story.
Pleasure Island.
Pleasure Island had a full original story.
Okay, but we're talking about Star Wars, though.
But anyways, Explorers and Adventurers, the Sea Organization can wait for another day.
The girl in the orange jumpsuit, by the way, what was her? I don't remember her name, but I actually did see her walking around Galaxy's Edge when I was with Cruiser. She was walking around trying to look casual, trying to not get spotted by the First Order or like in the book in the Bride. It's really cool. I forgot her name. I apologize. Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's looking like
what I've seen about it. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Huh?
I said I am liking what I am seeing with what I saw with Rise of Resistance. It has it's the potential of it met and exceeded expectation. Because I knew Disney was gonna pull its magic, but I didn't know it was gonna be that good.
Oh yeah. We'll see what's going on more down the edge. I can imagine more rides opening up soon in Galaxy's Edge. And who knows? Maybe
there's no room for that though.
We'll see. They might be able to make some stuff. I mean, who knows? Maybe they might add some original characters in there. In the days coming. Who knows?
The one thing though, I'm surprised that they didn't have opening day, because to me this would have been a no-brainer, is to have that Princess Leia hologram say "Help me," and then say your name. You're my only hope. I would have figured something like that would have been a no-brainer.
I still stand.
Cruiser, they can't.
Why not?
Carrie Fisher is dead.
Doesn't mean you can't find a sound alike.
Maybe. I mean, like for Rogue One. I mean, like
but the one thing that I will say, I still stand by my thoughts that they should have made it until this ride was done to open the park.
Fair enough.
The section.
Fair enough.
Anyway. Because this is drawing in the crowds.
Anyway, moving on from the other stuff, from more of the stuff going on right now. The current president of Lucasfilms right now, Miss Kathleen Kennedy, actually is receiving an award, a very huge one, may I add. The BAFTA Fellowship Award, which is one of the biggest honors you could ever get. If you don't know what that is,
okay. What does it stand for?
British Academy of Film and Television Arts. Basically, to put it simply, this is a lifetime achievement award given to people for their outstanding achievement in the art in different media arts, such as what was it, like TV shows, films, online media, and as of 2007, games as well. And it's considered to be one of the highest honors you could ever get in this academy. There, other
She
names.
only got it because she's a woman.
I thought it and he said it. That's so weird.
Let's be honest here. Like, she has not done a good job with the latest movie.
Literally, when I just finished the thought,
I'm not even done yet, so Cruiser, go on. Let me just wait for Cruiser to finish. Let me just wait for Cruiser to finish, and I'll continue.
No, that's it. That's all I was gonna say.
Okay, sexism aside. Sorry, guys. Other people.
Dude, it's Twitch. There's a bunch of it going around. Relax.
Other stuff going. People who have actually accepted this award included Alfred Hitchcock, Charlie Chaplin, Stanley Kubrick, Steven Spielberg, Sean Connery, and even Shigeru Miyamoto himself, who was one of the first people in an Asian country to get the award. Like I said, say what you will about the president of Lucasfilms, Kennedy has achieved more than you can imagine. I mean, she was the co-founder of Amblin Entertainment, which was the company that produced cartoon shows such as Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, and she also produced major films such as E.T., Hook, War of the Worlds, AI. She even produced my favorite film of all time, Jurassic Park. In my personal opinion, she is much of deserving of the award based on her contributions in film and other media.
You mean the place is not political? Fuck off! Sorry, that was a Robin Williams bit that I've been wanting to do.
I think he got one too. I think Robin Williams got one too.
Who cares? Awards are stupid.
Frankly, like when it comes to awards, and this is kind of like across the board, I have this love-hate thing for them because on one hand, my friend Kelly, who plays a death metal band, he said, music is art, not a competition, and to an extent, yeah, I agree with that.
I agree.
But on the other hand, it's like you work your ass off to try to create the best product you can. It'd be nice to be noticed for it.
That's what I think. It's like when it comes to awards, for me, it's more or less a matter of being recognized for what you've done, rather than just competing for it. That's what I believe, at least.
Yeah, so I just have this love-hate thing for them.
Usually when it comes... Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. Well, even for the Korean Metal Golden God Awards, I don't watch those either. I don't watch the Grammys. I don't watch the Emmys. It's just like the other thing too is that I'm not sure if I can ever really trust their decision. The fact that a lot of people, the general public, doesn't vote, that's kind of a red flag. Now, granted, I will say, if you do that, it can easily become a popularity contest. So my thought is that the people's thoughts and opinions should at least play a part in it.
If they were to put in there, they should at least put down a People's Choice Award or something like that for each subsection in a way.
I highly recommend watching Adam Ruins Everything's episode on award shows.
Yes, I have seen that one.
We've seen it. But I will say this though.
I have seen the
anybody who's seen the Grammys is, or at least is familiar with the story, is when they did their the first time they ever did Best Metal Performance, and Metallica loses to Jethro Tull. I actually met somebody who worked for the Academy Award, and I go, "So are you guys still kind of embarrassed about that whole thing?" And he goes, "Oh yeah."
I mean the fact is that you got recognized, and honestly, my friend Alfredo, who's a producer on Spotlight Studios, I asked his opinion on award things. He's like, one of the things that's kind of interesting there. Yeah, you may not win anything, but the fact to even be nominated and being aired there is still a privilege. My friend,
I have to make a bad joke here. I'm sorry. Does he have a brother named Marinara?
Yes, because that's not racist at all. Anyway, I'm up. Anyway,
no, quit with the race card, Evan.
Play the race card. Get out of here. It's Twitch. That happens a lot here too.
Seriously, Evan, what the hell? You're playing a race card, you're playing a sexism card.
Yes, because I didn't want to talk into that subject. Anyway.
Anything that they're good for you.
No, Evan, what you're doing is shifting the goalpost, shifting the definition.
I don't want to get into an argument on air tonight.
Okay. Then don't
shut up. Anyway, moving on to more of the news on the Star Wars thing. Episode 9 news. going out here. Disney recently released a warning for those who were going out to see it of possible seizure warnings for those for epileptic viewers. This is more or less taken after what happened with The Incredibles 2, so yeah, they're probably just trying to be more cautious on that one.
I didn't like that movie.
You didn't like The Incredibles 2?
No.
Weren't a fan of the Screenslaver?
No.
Hey, say what you
It
will.
was
That's
kind of obvious.
The only thing about The Incredibles 2 that I didn't like was what they did with Jack Jack, because spoilers. Honestly, it just felt like they used that excuse to write themselves out of any situation.
No, his name is a pun of Jack of all trades.
And I expect that from a TV show like MLP. But for something like The Incredibles, where people have been dying and begging for a sequel, I would have expected better from.
I could block him up on that.
Thank you.
Right now, the current aim for the premiere is going to be up to $175 million in box office revenue, which I can see it possibly making at most, or less, or whatever. But the one thing that hatched out earlier this week was the news on the test screenings, where they said test screening didn't actually happen. No, and to which my response is no, duh. So there you go. Anyway, do I know why I knew this was actually?
Company would say that.
Do I know why
we didn't have test screenings.
Yes, because apparently I actually did some, because when they were saying with the stuff about the test screenings, it's kind of that bugged me. I'm like, people were saying they were leaving the middle of the test screening. Yes, because in the middle of they broke procedures of test screening, saying you're not allowed to leave the room during the screening thing. Yes.
So, doesn't that mean that it was kind of unbearable to watch?
I haven't attended test screenings, and I can say you cannot leave that room. I'm just gonna say up front.
So doesn't that mean it's unbearable to watch if they broke the golden rule and got up and left?
No, that was actually not how it works.
I see a glow. I see a glow. And some smoke coming up. I think it might be a dumpster fire.
I have no idea what you guys are talking. Basically, when it comes to test screening protocol, they get a bunch of volunteers, whether it be like poll or public. It depends on what's going on there. And like I said, this is an optional feature that people use for movies. It depends on what's left of the budget, how much time they got, and what's been done. And basically what you're loaded into a room, a secured up room. I forgot what I did this test screening for. Basically, you're in the room there. They sometimes give you refreshments and everything there. And sometimes you're paid to be there. Other times you're not. It depends on who it is and what's going on. But what you do is you watch the film all the way through, seeing what you think. And at the end, they give you a questionnaire. It's usual standard procedure about leaving thoughts and everything there. And that's pretty much it. If you leave the room, then you won't, which is usually impossible. Usually your voice won't really even matter. Because the point of a test screening is to watch it all the way through. Hell, that's what happened with the last Halloween. Halloween 6? Was it?
I don't know.
Cruiser, which Halloween movie was the one where Michael's stopped by rocks?
What?
Well, I think they came out in two versions, like the producers and the director's cut or something like that.
I think maybe Halloween 6.
That's what I thought, like the one where he's stopped by the rocks. He literally at the end, they just place rocks all around there, and then Michael's just standing there motionless. Poor Michael, stopped by rocks. And then the theater one, he just gets beaten to death by a pipe. It was a bad movie in either regard. The Thorn Cult, what is that? That should be a... You want to know something that's really weird? Like, cut Michael Myers out of that. Would you want to see a Thorn Cult movie?
Sure.
If they did, like, cut Michael Myers, like, give me some origins on that. Hey, Twilight 360, how you doing? Sorry, chat room. So, I think that's it for the Star Wars news there. Like I said, I'm looking forward...
I have a joke for you.
What is it, Yoda?
What is it, Yoda?
What do you call when you legally cross the road on indoor?
Gee, I don't know.
What are you...
E-walking.
I think that's my favorite episode of Game
It's
Bro.
me, Twilight 360. I have so many dead accounts that I don't remember the password for. Well, you remember the password for that one. Sorry, I'm being checked. Anyway, we got, in our final news of other things there, we got a couple of sad news today. The death of Carol Spiney. Spinny?
It's one of the two.
Potato. Yo, Carol Spinney was the voice and puppeteer of Big Bird, and unfortunately today he passed away.
And he also puppeteered Oscar the Grouch.
Yes, I don't know if he was his voice, but I know he was the voice of Big Bird for some time. A lot of us are.
A lot of us are. Finish your thought.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on. Well, while he's cutting out, has anybody ever heard anybody say potato? I've never heard it.
Well, have you guys heard? I'm
Okay,
not sure
sorry,
if you guys
I needed a
heard.
moment to take this.
Oh, wait, we can hear you now.
I'm quite sure you guys have heard.
A lot of people are upset about this, considering that this was a character that was played by somebody who was part of their childhood from like day one, and please excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. It's just been a tragic to everybody there, especially those who grew up watching Sesame Street, especially from a young age, and you know, it hits you like an anvil when that happens. A lot. That's what death does, I guess. But considering how much effort it takes to puppeteer something like that, and just bringing joy to a child growing up has been, to me, it's just, you know, it's like a, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Anyway, Carol brought us a lot of entertainment. Was a good part of it, mine and everybody else's childhood. Thanks for everything. Thanks for everything, Bird.
Sesame Street was actually a show that I didn't really watch that much as a kid.
Yeah, it was still a good show at the time. I mean, like, the concept was still good. It's still running today, and it clearly is. It was a big part of a lot of people's childhood. I mean, if you didn't watch it, it's cool. Still, it was Jim Henson, and guy worked hard for it to get employee education at the time. But you know, the fact that like there was a video I saw of Jim Henson's funeral, where Carol is there dressed as Big Bird and goes up in the middle of the audience and sings in his honor, "It's Not Easy Being Green," while wearing a green tie, and you can tell Carol is trying to hold back as much sadness as possible. It's like really hard to watch. It's like really sad. So, thanks for everything there, Bird. You won't be forgotten. Anyway, I don't wanna sob on chat, so let's just yeah, apparently Twilight 360 sent a link to this video portion. It's really interesting to watch if you haven't seen it. Jim Henson's funeral was a sight to behold. I believe Jablonski watched that all the way through.
Yeah, I saw the funeral all the way through. Though this was before my time that I was even born. But yeah, for when I was doing some research on something, one thing so I went to another, and I ended up watching the funeral along with the Jim Henson special.
What was that?
With
What was what?
I thought I heard something playing in the background.
Oh, it was probably just my phone. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, we also had a unfortunate death in the music industry.
I can take over on this one. Juice WRLD. He's known for a song or two in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack.
That guy died?
Yeah. You know the song "High"?
Yeah.
That was him.
How old was he?
It's like my favorite fucking song.
Pretty
in the
young,
soundtrack.
isn't he?
He's 21. Yeah, he's 21. He was 21.
He died from a seizure.
Jesus Christ, that's the worst way to go.
And we just had another death.
Yep.
The original Pugsley from the Addams Family died.
What?
Yeah, that was Pugs. That was Obo from Deep Space Nine and The father
Ken-
from
Ken Weatherwax, that's his name.
He was Pugsley.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Please
he
excuse me.
was and there was the father something from the MASH movie.
Well, yeah, I knew he was in MASH. Sorry, guys, I'm still a little bit hazy over that first piece of news. I apologize.
Yeah.
Standoffish.
The death, when they say death came in 3, I didn't mean 3 hours apart.
Yeah. I mean, like, going back to there, when you look at who's left in Sesame Street, such as, like, who was the guy who plays the Count? Jerry frickin'... Sorry, I'm still harping on this. Who was the voice of the... Jerry Nelson? Is he still alive? Is he still playing the Count?
I know.
No.
We'll see what happens. Anyway, going back... Yeah, Jerry Nelson. Thank you, Twiley. Going back to other news here, the upcoming new attraction at Disney World's Epcot is Ratatouille. And they debuted the vehicle, similar to the one in France, but let's just face it, this vehicle looks adorable. It looks adorable.
Same. This is just a copy paste of the one in France.
Well, yeah.
Minus, it does give the Paris Pavilion a nice little expansion, which it's been needed.
I mean, it's the same ride from France.
It is.
Only it has more Patton Oswalt.
Yes, it does. I love it.
Son of Tina's
A
friend.
couple more updates when it comes to the Mary Poppins area that's going to be coming. Is that they're going for I heard that they're going for a more thick Dumbo ride or Aladdin's Magic Carpets, but enclosed. And the way that everyone's been speculating on what the story is going to be, it's going to be more based off of Mary Poppins Returns.
Fair enough.
The bull scene,
which was a good movie.
It was. The bull with the, what was it called?
Believe it or not.
With the theater, wherever it was.
Oh, the one where they do that song covers not the book.
Yeah,
which is a good song, may I add. I've actually wanted to ask Bright Idea if she can cover that song with somebody. I'd totally love to hear Bright Idea covers not the book. But yeah, bottom line, the thing's adorable. But I think we now want to talk about the big thing that happened a couple days ago.
What?
Let's take a moment and talk about what we liked, apparently.
Oh, I didn't miss it. Okay, now I'm.
Oh yes, we're gonna talk about what we liked. I'll tell you what we didn't like. We didn't like the goddamn YouTube Rewind 2019.
Now you know what?
Sorry, just
unpopular opinion here. I didn't mind it. It kind of reminds you of the first one. And the first one was Rebecca Black just talking about the biggest videos of the year.
Like, I can see what you're saying. Like, that wasn't even the first one. That was like...
It was just like... Everyone was like, oh, I hate these big dance numbers. Just make it a countdown. And then they make it a countdown. Well, where's our big dance number?
What was the thing? I mean, my favorite one was 2012. Sorry, Justin Sprower. What did you say, Cruiser?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it.
I didn't see the point.
It's not.
I have something else to be excited about.
Okay, we'll take a sidetrack from it. Cruiser, what are you excited about? What is that?
Edward Furlong's autograph.
Nice.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah, see, there's this pretty cool company named Mintic Authentics Autograph, and they were doing pre-orders for a private signing they were doing with him. And this was the print that I selected. In case you're wondering what it says "We got Skynet by the balls now." And it's also authenticated by Beckett's certificate. Basically,
nice.
They attend the private signing. They put a little sticker here on there to show that yes, they were there, and there's also this number on it, so you can actually look up to see when it was signed.
Oh God.
But
Got John
Yeah,
Connor's
I-
autograph, man, Jelly.
here's the thing: is that he's supposed to be showing up next year for the Comic Con that I go to because he had to cancel this year. Otherwise, I was going to meet him.
Yes.
Very nice.
Wait, are we done talking about YouTube?
No, we're
Rewind?
gonna go back to it anyway.
Oh.
So YouTube, the video opens up with YouTube showing
With the world's most passive-aggressive message I've ever
It
seen.
really was.
Oh my God, that
We
was
made it-
spiteful.
Okay, so
Oh wait, you made something you didn't like, so let's see
Okay.
what you like,
okay, so
huh?
let me just give you a comparison about how this is handled correctly. Like when Nintendo released the first trailer for Metroid Prime Federation Force, there was the negative response, and when they finally readdressed it, they said earlier last year at E3 we released a video, that all of you guys had a lot of questions and concerns about. Like honestly, I didn't even know whether that was a good way to hire. Like no way you could like address something like that. Here's an idea for YouTube. Don't address it at all. So we're like, we made something you hated. Let's make a video about something you liked. Yeah, what did we
made something you hated? Well, let's see. Since you guys know so much better than us, here's this video that you guys put all these likes on.
Blonsky, why don't you tell us what we like? Apparently, why don't you tell the
Apparently
world?
we got like Ozzyland, whoever that is.
The fuck is that? I will say it was
Some
cool. It was cool seeing
annoying
Black
chick.
Griffin got a mention on there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then they're like, here's a bunch of PewDiePie since we didn't put them in last year.
It's like, yeah, remember how we got rid of PewDiePie? Like, guess what? He's back.
My
blow
whole
fist the
favorite
thing.
thing, my favorite thing about YouTube Rewinds now are let's see who can make a better YouTube Rewind than YouTube. And this year happened to be Watch Mojo.
Yes, we're gonna get
Well,
to that.
there
And
was another
we'll
one
get
that
to
was
Watch
actually pretty
Mojo
good.
in just a second. Because I can imagine Watch
That
Mojo
shit was
is
hilarious. You cannot deny that.
Yes, I cannot even imagine if Watch Mojo is both pissed off or embarrassed by this, because this was just fucking
They're
embarrassing.
embarrassed.
No, there was like, you know what? That's cute. Leave it to the pros. Here's how it's really done.
Yeah, Watch Mojo's hold my lists.
Well, to spoil the Watch Mojo thing, and the thing that kind of pissed me off about the YouTube one was they had no mention of Etika whatsoever.
Yeah,
there.
what the
Yeah.
fuck is up with that? Honestly, that
The
was...
boy, like, oh, we care about you guys. By the way, Etika, one of our problem children. Yeah, we're just still gonna sweep him up
Whoa,
under the
wait,
rug and
Etika
pretend he
was
never
Etika
existed.
YouTube or Twitch?
He was a YouTuber.
I thought he was a Twitch streamer.
I mean, he did both, but he got banned off of Twitch today. His account gets unbanned.
Oh my god.
Like, that's how fast Etika would get banned on Twitch.
My god. Like, still, the guy he had a YouTube channel. He was clearly known.
He was like one of the biggest YouTubers.
Like, really, what the fuck was up with that?
And they were just like, oh, by the way, we're still just going to sweep him up under the rug. But even if so, technically Ninja was a Twitch streamer last year and he made it to the YouTube
You could
Rewind.
have at least like put a goddamn disclaimer at the end that said like rest in peace Etika or something like that. Like give some mention.
Like, Desmond, we love you or something, you know? Like,
I mean, yeah, they did it. I will admit credit them. They did that on Twitter, but like really. Oh no! But apparently, you want to know what one of the only? I mean, yeah, there was one thing that made me laugh. I forgot what it was, but hey, at least we got one good thing. Apparently, Minecraft is better than Fortnite.
again.
Again.
Which happened once and now it's like Call of Duty or whatever.
Oh no!
Like, that happened for a week and then WoW Classic came out and then Minecraft died down again.
My God, this is so fucking.
I'm going to compare it to this and you guys aren't going to get this, but maybe somebody that watches wrestling will.
Like I said, that was a thing.
YouTube Rewind is the equivalent of Vince McMahon right now. A bunch of old, out-of-touch people who don't understand what's going on trying to make something relevant.
Oh, I got that.
And that's the thing, because so many good stuff happened on YouTube this year. Like the guy who was planting all those trees for one thing.
Mr. Beast was in there, I think.
He was mentioned in.
Well, the thing is this, right? You could have done this two ways. You could either did like, hey, you know, the decade's over and YouTube took over as like the #1 entertainment medium, or hey, you know, we screwed up and we know you guys wanted to see this, and hey, here's Etika and whatnot. But no, they nothing.
Will Smith's not going to get you out of this one. You can't even make a meme. That's even the worst part. You can't even make memes out of this video.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Well, it's like.
I will say it was pretty cool. Again, Cruiser, Black Griffin was mentioned in the rewind.
You cut out there. What'd you say?
Black Griffin of the Brony fandom was mentioned in the rewind for one of the top 10 popular musics.
But it's like,
Interesting.
Critical kind of said it best, where it's just like they need to stop making it.
Either stop making it or fucking listen to us, honestly. In fact, here's something that's cool. The comment section. Oh, the comment section
Oh, the comment
protest.
section is great.
The
That
pin
spam is amazing.
the pin
I
comment
love
is
the spam.
what was the pinned up comment? Hold on, let me look this up.
What we like liking other, or we like something about original comments or something.
I gotta look this up. Real quick.
But while he's doing that, Review Tech USA did,
I love that guy, by the way.
and I agree with him on this. He said, have them look back at like 2012, 2014. That's when they actually listened. We love those for a reason. It was people that we actually liked.
Oh my god, I love.
Oh,
Now, personally, I like 2017's. I thought
found the spam.
2017 was good.
I can't find it. They literally got rid of the pinned up comment.
I found it. I found the spam. Everyone. So in 2019, let's see what people like. Let's copy and paste everyone else's comments. That was it.
And
that was a spam for the entire first day.
Yeah,
everybody just spammed that.
It says everyone. So in 2019, let's see what everybody likes. Space. Everyone, nothing. Let's copy and paste this everyone's comment. That's the entire comment section.
Mm-hmm.
That's the entire fucking comment section.
Now,
I'm so glad Twitch spam found its way into YouTube.
My God.
So, someone actually did make a YouTube Rewind. It was called YouTube Rewind's Legends Edition. I can't remember the exact creator, but it's one of the old dogs.
So let's see what the top 10 most liked YouTube videos of the year were this year. Because oh my God. Oh my
I don't
God.
even care because there's so many different sides of YouTube that it doesn't matter.
Conspiracy.
Critical said this best, right? They did this to try to do PR press, but when you log out of YouTube or you like go into YouTube on like a Best Buy computer or something, what do you see? You see Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon and Ellen DeGeneres. That's all you see. You don't see people. You don't see these other YouTubers.
I mean, granted, Jimmy Fallon actually does some cool stuff, but like basically,
I hate Jimmy Fallon.
But yes, might as well just give you what the top 10 best videos that we liked were. I mean, that's not even sarcasm. These are actually the videos that were proclaimed the best ones of this year. So let's go on. Number 10, Conspiracy Theories with Shane Dawson. It's an hour and 44-minute long thing. Number 9, I don't even know what this says. All it says is A4. Number 8, the biggest flip book ever, The Return of Grumpy Cloud. Okay, that was actually a pretty cool video. That was actually a pretty creative video. I'm not even going to lie. No More Lies by James Trout. I'm not going to talk about that one. Lest I avoid any more arguments. How to create Billie Eilish Bad Guy by Seth Everman.
I love Seth Everman. He's actually pretty good.
Nice hairstyle. This one here. Minha slime de certo consegoi desuvis realizai meu sonho minhasa by Nilsson Isaias.
Also, there was a lot of BTS in there.
Okay, One Guy, 54 Voices with Music, Drake, Top Piad, Pruth McQueen by Black Griffin. Holy shit, Black Griffin actually made it on the top 10 most viewed videos this year. That's actually really good. I'm a big fan. I like that guy. I've met him a couple times. Justin and the three of us, except for Juan, have met Black Griffin. He's a dude. He's a cool dude.
I actually haven't.
You weren't at Gran Brony Gala 2000. You weren't at the second Gran Brony Gala?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, he was a cool dude, really athletic guy. The guy did military is like a veteran. He did.
Oh, I know.
He's a good singer. He's pretty good. Odia MK Assisti Bird Box by Winders. I'm not even gonna try this. And number 2 goes with Marza and Felix Wedding 1908-2019. Whatever. I'm not a big fan of PewDiePie, but still, at least I can not deny that I can see why that's on there. Bear in mind, these videos.
You're not a 12-year-old that loves PewDiePie. What is wrong with you?
Bear in mind, I'm gonna say up front here, like I'm not really complaining about what these videos were, but because like these technically, in a nutshell, these are the most videos that we saw this year. So this is the only thing that's basically accurate of what we. To put it simply, these videos here that were the top videos of 2019, these are technically what we liked. So I'm not going to complain. And the number one video was by Mr. Beast. Do you want to know what the title of this video is?
Make this the most liked YouTube video on YouTube.
The thumbnail is literally just an egg. Well, I guess I could say. Well, I guess Mr. B succeeded on that one, even after he posted it 10 months ago. I'm not going to give him that one. Like,
Stop making it. Just stop making it.
I got a headache right now. I cannot talk about this anymore. I'm sorry. I cannot talk.
It's like I said, the best analogy for this is it's Vince McMahon. I swear to God, Vince McMahon is running YouTube.
It has to be.
Just, I want to stop. I really want to stop talking about this. I really do.
That's why we're on Twitch.
Yeah. You know, if there is anything that annoys me about YouTube, it's that damn COPA shit, and that they are not even paying attention to, and the FTC is even worse, says Twiley. What is the YouTube? I'm sorry. What is the downvote ratio of this, Cruiser? I apologize for not giving you a voice on this one. This is a video that literally pissed us off as like people have been on the stream. So first of all, I apologize for not giving you any.
It didn't piss me off. It's more like I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Dislikes.
It's got 6.1 million dislikes right now. What was the dislike ratio of of last year's?
It was like 100-something million, I think.
Oh my god.
But since we want to change subject,
yes, just change the subject.
I got access.
17 million.
I got access to I got back my Netflix, and I saw a Christmas movie named Claus.
Claus?
It's basically, yeah. It's think what was it? The Hatfields and McCoys, and the one Rankin Bass movie where it talks about Santa, or it talks about Santa's start.
Santa Claus Coming to Town?
Yeah, I think that one was it.
Oh my god, that movie. I actually was watching that the other day when I was cleaning my room.
And it's actually really, 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 really good.
Anyway,
it's about a postman the son of the head postman getting sent up to the middle of nowhere and to an island where this town has feuding families. And he has to have 6,000 letters done by the end of the year.
damn.
Well, he's given a year. So, after failing horribly, he finds out that there is a cabin in the woods. He goes up to that cabin, and that's where the woodsman named Claus is. And it goes from there. So there is one joke in there that I had to pause the movie to properly laugh at.
Okay.
These kids started talking about Claus and basically the whole Legend of Santa. And this one kid who was a jerk was given coal. So he goes to the postman and he goes, "Hey, where the hell is my gift? All I got was this lousy piece of coal." And he picks up and is about to throw a snowball. Mailman, like a boss, walks up to him. And he was like, "Well, evil kids like you don't deserve a present." He knows everything. He sees everything. Now, do you really want to throw that snowball? The kid is sitting there, hand up with the snowball, in fear.
Jesus.
He just goes, plain face, "I thought so." Gets up, walks away, and they play gangster music.
Okay. Oh, that is awesome. Sorry, I have
It's a really good film.
Anyway,
continue.
Anyway, Cruiser, you take the floor. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep you so quiet for so long.
Well, I also got a chance to see my friend's band N.T.S.
How
They
was
haven't
that?
toured in a while. It was actually rather interesting because this was actually my full-on, I guess you could say my first full-on death metal show. I've seen other death metal bands who were part of festivals, or maybe were just the one death metal band on a bill. But this was the only time I can think of where all the bands were death metal. And the thing with my friend's band is that they're not like Cannibal Corpse, the most well-known death metal band. Atheist was the world premiere death metal jazz band.
Death metal jazz? Like, what is that exactly?
Death metal jazz, yes. And he
didn't answer my question, but okay.
Well, I didn't hear your question.
I said death metal jazz. What exactly is that?
You basically take the technicality of jazz, and you crank the distortion up as hard as you can.
I mean, kind of like when I was wailing about YouTube close to my microphone in a way.
You cut out there again. What?
I mean, like when I did that, when I was up to my microphone when we were talking about the YouTube rewind, and I got up really close, and I just said,
Yeah, pretty much.
Woohoo! I'm a death metal jazz band.
And so, hold on, I'm getting it back. Okay. The second band that went on, I'm having trouble remembering their name, but this one I thought was weird. Now, death metal is known for pure guttural vocals, almost like a demon. Well, the singer of this particular band went back and forth between sounding like a demon and a banshee. So it was kind of going back and forth there. And then he also added elements of what reminded me of Minecraft.
Okay.
Like there's times when the music turns into like ambient music you would hear in Minecraft. Like, okay, well that's different. I'm going to be typing up a full article on this on my website.
Nice.
And to help support my friend, I did get a vinyl from him.
Nice.
This is their current album. This is called Jupiter. Atheist is known for having some amazing album art. I originally tried having him sign it with my silver paint Sharpie, but it didn't turn out so well, so we just got a regular one. He signed that.
Do you usually keep a thing of Sharpies with you, like a little case with you or something like that?
If I'm going to an event like a concert or a convention, yes, I do.
Cool. That's handy.
Yes. It's as handy as a notebook. Yeah, and apparently like only 500 of these were printed.
Ah.
Yes. So I gotta get a case for this bad boy as well.
Yeah, keep it as sealed as you can. That's the thing. Sorry, go on.
Well, my friend Kelly, like he said that he was traveling with a different lineup, and I asked him, hey, what's with the different lineup? Where's your other boy? And turns out like neither of them actually are in a position to tour right now. I know his former bassist Tony Choi is working. He not only with a marketing firm, but as well as he works behind the scenes as a producer now. His drummer is with his family right now. I think he may have even gotten injured. Can't quite remember. So he has an entire list of people, and he told me that he needs people that can keep up because this is real technical stuff that they're playing. And when I saw it live, I went, okay, that makes sense. Because this is not kind of a... How should I say this now? I guess you could say most death metal looks kind of as like intermediate when it comes to its playing and writing. This stuff was at the advanced level. And then came the headline band, Cattle Decapitation. And...
Colorful name.
Yeah, I thought for sure their name was in reference to all those mutilated cows that used to come up in the news back in the 90s.
Like, what are we gonna get? Are we gonna get like a band with the name like I amputated my leg? There's a name for you. It's like I singed my arm.
Hey, there's a band called I Wrestled the Bear once. So...
I
Yes,
It
I know
was
about them.
this big.
I was in the timeout
I know
seat.
about them.
Timeout seat. There's a band named Timeout Seat.
And their first single was called "It Tastes Like Kevin Bacon."
Oh my god.
There's a band called Morning Wood.
There's a band called Goat Whore.
Yes, I've seen them.
Are they good?
No.
I had a friend.
Band called
Okay.
Aborted Pig.
Like, you want the
Okay.
short answer or the long answer? Short answer.
Okay.
Long
So
answer.
I had a friend.
No!
I had a friend in college who was this massive metal head. You would love him, Justin. He's a guitar player. He's playing a couple of bands, but like we went to nice. What was that? A sticker?
Yep. That's, death metal bands have all this weird looking logos and fonts. Well, this was Atheists.
Yeah, but
If
like
you look closely, you can see like the ATHEIST.
that's the thing I don't get about like
But did you guys ever listen to Porno Grind?
that was
I
like
heard of pornos for pyro.
that's the thing about like
That is an actual subgenre of metal. It's called Porno Grind.
that's like what I think what I like about death metal logos. Like what like don't get me wrong, they look cool, but why must most like heavy metal bands like have a logo that looks like they just took a thing of like soup and just like threw it on the ground and said that's our name?
Yeah, like
You know what I'm talking about?
pulled up like I've even pulled up like different logos to my friend Kelly and go, "What does this say?"
Exactly.
And he goes, "I don't know."
There's a game for us to play. You should just pull up like different logos of bands that we've never heard of and try and make out the text.
Well, you know what? Kelly actually agreed to be on the show at some point, so perhaps we can actually do that online with them.
Interview a metalhead. That'd be a metal artist. That would be pretty cool. You guys up for that? Jablonski?
I'm not
Jawan?
against it.
Oh my god. I'm looking at this chat section here. Twiley actually went to the MST3K live event. I'm so jealous that you went to that.
And
Glad you had a good time.
I got some photos that everyone will be able to see, but with Cattle Decapitation, again, their vocalist went back and forth between the guttural and the banshee style vocals, and turns out this dude is a vegetarian, and I'm thinking, why is he so angry for a vegetarian?
He wants that meat.
Maybe he's angry because his band name is called Cow Decapitation. I'd be pissed off. It's like no. It's like this. It's like this. Sorry to interrupt you, Cruiser. It's like they had to vote a name for the band, and he wanted to name like Mad Angry Tree. All in favor of Mad Angry Tree. He's the only one that votes. All in favor of Cow Decapitation. His response.
It's cattle decapitation.
Decapitation.
There's a difference. No, just kidding. Go ahead. Yeah. No,
Yes. Respect the metal.
Yeah.
That's a lot of beef.
Yes, it is. So anyway, like the guy said, it's revealed that he's a vegetarian, but yet he has a bit of a belly, like maybe at least half the size of mine. And I'm thinking, I thought vegetarians were supposed to be like thin and skinny.
That's a good point. Are there like fattening vegetables out there?
I guess if you deep fry them, but then again, it's as perplexed as a fat homeless person.
There you go.
That's
a good way to put it.
Yeah. I definitely had a lot of fun. Was talking with Kelly's bandmates, and I even gave Kelly a bunch of little trinkets that he can give to his dog. As for some of you who may remember,
Is that the guy?
Yeah,
this is sweet.
I say, his daughter is very autistic, and she's a big fan of My Little Pony. So I find her like little trinkets every time I go to these conventions, send them to her, and give her like little letters saying, hey, I'm a pony that your daddy knows. Well, now I have been including notes from the characters, and whenever I do that, it's in a different
going off the map.
What?
It's right here.
Huh?
What's off the map?
Oh,
Dude, what are you
sorry.
talking about?
My bad, God.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm in the zone. Don't do that.
Sorry, Cruiser, go on.
And what's been flipping her lid now is she is whenever I include a note from the actual characters from the show, and whenever I do that, I put it in a different font. So for like Rarity, it'll be one font. For Celestia, it'll be a different. And she flips her lid over it.
Like, do you type them or do you like write them out by hand?
Oh, I type them. I have shitty handwriting.
Do you well? Do you at least like do you like copy paste? Do you kind of do like with what Disney does with like a different signature for each one? Like you kind of like copy paste it a little bit.
No, I actually type it out.
That's
And
nice.
I go to I think it's like Google Docs. Select a font, type something out. She loves it.
That's cute.
And so then I asked Kelly if he checked out that pony death metal song I sent him, and he goes, "Dude, I don't know what to make of your pony stuff, but my daughter loves it."
But still, it's nice that you're doing that, Cruz. It really is nice, honestly.
Mm. So, yeah, well, careful. And then my mom and I got Trans-Siberian Orchestra this Friday.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear that next stream. I cannot wait to hear your trip to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra, man. It's like I said, I was telling Cruiser it kind of reminds me like when I was at Epcot like 4 weeks ago, like earlier in November, I missed my chance to see Big Bad Voodoo Daddy play live, which was kind of a bummer for me. I only heard them live, and they actually did a rendition of "Wanna Be Like You" from frickin' Jungle Book. But yeah, I got the missed opportunity to see that. But the fact that you're seeing Trans-Siberian Orchestra makes me jealous. It really does, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
That's right.
I'm waiting for My Chemical Romance to announce a U.S. tour, so that way I can get a fucking ticket for it.
Nice. I'm not a fan of My Chemical Romance, honestly.
And there's also a new band.
I'm not hating you for it. I'm just saying.
And there's a new band that's out, at least here in the States, called The Huh.
The what?
The Huh.
The Huh.
Yes, and I can describe this band in 3 words. Mongolian folk metal.
Yes.
And they're called Huh.
It just says H-U.
Huh.
So I'm guessing The Who? Like, no, it's how I say it. The Who.
The Who.
Of course it's not the Who. That sounds like some sort of bootleg name of the actual Who band. And the Huh. Huh. That's gonna be the crowd. It's like Huh. 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 You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, I like that. Like
yeah, it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting band. I gotta say.
Were they good?
I'm gonna go with yes.
It's kind of like this when you look at like there's some good foreign metal bands out there, or like any bands out there for the most part. Like you look at stuff like Psy, Rammstein, or something like that, or you know what I'm saying.
The difference is that they are not one-hit wonders.
What? What do you mean? Like,
Psy's a one-hit wonder.
You didn't like Gentlemen?
That's considered
What the fucking Gentlemen.
Yeah, I love that song. That's like he has like several hits, man. He's done music for movies. He's done all kinds of stuff.
I haven't seen anything come across my YouTube feed.
Are you subscribed to Psy?
No, why would I?
No. I mean, Gangnam Style's not that bad.
I never said I had a Gangnam Style. I'm just saying.
It's more like
I'm just.
The thing with Psy was after Gangnam Style became popular, he just said, "Okay, I've had my minutes of fame. I'm not going to perform this anymore." So he just doesn't do it. He actually, in fact, that's one of the reasons why when he made Gentleman, which I also have, which is good. What else did he make? That whole like dun 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 dun.
There was another one I can't remember, but
they did that remix version with that stupid frog.
It was fun. Though one of my favorite since we didn't talk about when we were at movies like I was trying to.
What?
Another trailer dropped for a trailer called Free Guy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to talk about this. I'm sorry.
AKA. Oh my god, I just said it. Grand Theft Auto the movie.
You're not too far off. Basically, what it is it's an NPC that gets bored and decides to go against what would be considered their programming and becomes a character.
Yeah, and keep in mind, he doesn't realize he's in a video game.
He doesn't realize it takes him a little bit to figure it out.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's like I'm getting sick and tired of being robbed, stabbed, ran over, and it shows him getting hit by multiple cars over and over and over again. Though they have the main character is played by Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool himself, huh?
Yep.
Detective Deadpool.
Anyway, like, go on.
But it looks like a lot of fun. There's a lot of jokes in there that'll get to a lot of gamers. One of my buddies described it as Pixels if it was good.
Oh my god. God, so
With a lot of
basically it's
people-
any
with a lot
other
of
movie.
people that are actually fun. But also, and I have to pull this up again, and I do not think I was able to mention it. It's half old news, but this kind of flew under the radar. Is that we got new details about the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
There's a Dungeons and Dragons. Oh yeah, that's right. That's coming. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there is. I'm just gonna run through a few quick notes.
Did snails live or not?
Huh?
I said, did snails live or not?
No.
Oh man.
But the movie is going to be focused on a artifact called the Eye of Vecna, and is going to be more played in the Forgotten Realms because one of the characters that's going to be in it is called Palorandusk,
Go on.
who is a dragon that lives in the Forgotten Realms.
Cool.
There's no news on casting or whatnot, and my buddies and I, we actually pretty much came up with the perfect D&D movie, where we would get actual actors who really do play Dungeons and Dragons, sitting around a table playing Dungeons and Dragons. It would phase in to them acting out their characters as if in the game.
There's a series for you. You do an entire series of... here's what you do. You release the movie. You record a bunch of guys playing Dungeons and Dragons, right? You record a game. You make that into a movie, and then when you release it on Blu-ray and DVD, there's an extra showing the exact game that inspired it.
That already exists, though. It's called The Gamers.
I don't know.
And it's actually they're actually really funny movies.
And
my personal favorite is Darkness Rising.
And speaking of movies, here's one that I just purchased.
Yes.
Big Trouble in Little China?
I actually have not seen this movie.
Oh, that's a good movie.
It's good.
I haven't seen that in years, man.
All I know is that there's a scene where some dude inflates himself and blows himself up.
Oh, yeah, that's a gruesome death.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, you see that in cartoons, and then you see it in real life, and you go, there are some things that just should not be translated into real life.
There's a couple movies that are like that you might actually like if you end up liking Big Trouble in Little China. Kung Fu Hustle.
Okay.
Which is a really good movie. It's a really good movie. And Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
That one I've seen.
But yeah, Big Trouble in Little China. I haven't seen that in years. I can't really remember much of it. But like,
there's two other movies that I saw that were just released on DVD, or at least not too long ago. The first was Crawl, that alligator. And I gotta say this, it does not copy Jaws, it does not copy Lake Placid, nor does it feel like some shitty made-for-TV movie. It's the best it can to be its own thing. And for the most part, it works. It has gotten some criticism and people said there are no basements in Florida, and it looks like this is filmed in a basement.
Yeah, that's kind of impossible to have because it can cause like land.
Well, technically, it's not a basement; it's a crawl space. There is a difference between the two. with a basement. You can actually stand upright. You know,
Oh yeah. I know what a
a
crawl space is. I used to have them back at my cottage in Delaware.
Yes, but here's the problem though with not the crawl space, but what they did with the set is that the crawl space. The idea is that it's supposed to be like a very tiny basement. However, there were still ports that led outside that weren't sealed, so water was easily dripping in. And like, how can you allow that? Because there's just a little staircase that leads right down in there. So if you get a storm like it did in this movie, that's going to flood. So design wise, that was a dumb idea.
The dumb idea is a person who actually thinks they can be safe from a storm by going into a crawl space. Also, what crawl space has a staircase? Holy shit! Whenever I went to my crawl space, my idea, this was me. Like trying to get to the water heater, it was so funny. I'm like, please don't tell me that's a spider. Don't.
And the other movie I saw was the new Halloween.
Oh yeah, I've heard good stuff about that one.
It is good.
Jamie Lee
is very good.
Jamie Lee Curtis has confirmed she's coming back for a sequel.
Yes, and without spoiling much, I will say that is how you do a strong female character. Right, Star Wars? But there's also been a show I've been watching on Netflix that's been really surprising called The Dragon Prince.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Oh, yes, that show.
Yeah, and honestly, like it's like Lord of the Rings meets Game of Thrones, only way more lighthearted and way less bummer. But
less dicks.
But turns out, though, one of the writers for The Dragon Prince worked on Avatar The Last Airbender.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's got really good storytelling. And the other compliment I can give the series is it does diversity right. It's not like, say, Will and Grace, where they just kind of shove flamboyant homosexuality in your face constantly. It actually, like, to give you an example here, this is a minor spoiler here. There's actually 2 gay elves in this series that kiss.